calling him a divine punishment inflicted on humanity for daring to gamble on the enterprise of horse racing. He was
Wait. Hey there guys, today we're checking out Gold Ship, the biggest rage baiter of UMA MUSUME, made by Glaivekiyo. And yeah, let's get right into it.
UMA MUSUME pretty dirty.
Okay.
Among dozens of legendary champions, one character has become the face of the franchise's unpredictable spirit. If you have seen any clips from
Gold
the game
Ship.
or the anime, you have almost certainly seen her. The tall, gray-haired
Is this
girl
how
with
she
the
looks
beefy
like
chin,
in
the one
game? What the actual
pranks, breaking the fourth wall and delivering a flying dropkick to her trainer.
Ain't
This
no
is
way.
Gold Ship.
She
The
actually
Gold
does that
actually
shit
is
on
known to her
game?
legion of fans. And while she often seems like the comic relief, she is absolutely the comic relief. Her
She is absolutely the comic relief, dude. I love it. I love
legion
it.
of fans. And while she often seems like the comic relief, she is absolutely the comic relief. Her story is one of the most complex and fascinating in the entire series. Because the anime girl who acts like the prankster is a direct
Wasn't this
faithful
on the first
translation
season?
of a real-life racehorse. A
What the actual F?
full translation of a real-life race.
Buddy. What the? Okay, this one I seen. This one I have seen, but all these other ones, they should make like a full on like live documentary of Gold Ship, dude. It has to be a thing.
Horse, a multi-million-dollar champion who was just as brilliant and even more chaotic than his fictional counterpart.
Definitely
This is
brilliant.
The story of that horse
Definitely.
and how his career, his personality, and his incredible contradictions were perfectly reborn as a digital icon. Let's get into it. To really understand the legend of Gold Ship, you first have to accept
legend
that
of
he was,
Gold
above
Ship.
all, a contradiction. On paper, the facts paint a clear picture of an elite champion, a 6-time Grade 1 winner with career earned.
Wait, 6-time grade 1? Is that the G? Yeah, that's most likely the G1 races, yeah? Okay, so he's got Sasuke Sho, Kikuka Sho, Arima Kinen. Sorry if I pronounced this wrong, but Takarazuka Kinen? Tenno Sho. Okay, so these are all his G1 wins. This dude,
One winner with
whom we just seen like just I cannot go to that one. Hold up. I'm sorry.
chaotic than his fictional counterpart. This is the story of that horse and how his career, his personality, and his incredible
Nah, I couldn't find the
contradictions
pictures.
were perfectly reborn as a digital icon.
But yeah,
get
you're
into
telling
it.
me
To really understand the
Gold
legend
Ship
of
has
Gold
that
Ship,
many
you first have to
wins?
accept that he was,
Damn.
above all, a contradiction. On paper, the facts paint a clear picture of an elite champion. A
Like Loki,
6-time
I thought
Grade
he'd
1
have
winner with
like
career earnings
around
of
like
nearly 1.4
4-ish.
billion yen. But the numbers never told
Which
the
is
whole
somewhat
story,
close.
because alongside that breathtaking brilliance was a baffling, often maddening belligerence. He was
See, like you're telling me this
force
is
of
Gold
nature
Ship,
that
dude.
operated entirely on his own terms. And the key to this often maddening
Yeah. 6-time G1 champion. This is just, and I feel like she or he wasn't even like trying, dude.
belligerence. He was a force of nature that operated entirely on his own terms. And the key to this puzzle, the source
And that's
code
why
for
we
his
love him.
unique brand of chaos, can be found in his bloodline. His pedigree isn't just a list of ancestors, it is a recipe for his entire personality. Let's start with his father's side. His
Yo,
father,
Gold
his
Ship
sire,
is
was a
him,
horse
bro.
named Asmongold, a successful what? Oh, it's not Asmongold? A horse named Stay Gold, a successful
Ooh.
competitor from the line of legendary American champion Sunday Silence. This bloodline is famous in Japan for two things: producing horses of immense, explosive talent, and that talent often being coupled with a fiery
Damn. Yo, Loki, the game is actually looking sick. I know it's not related to what he's talking right now, but like, damn, this is the game?
difficult temperament.
Nah, bro, I gotta
Stable
check that
himself
thing
was
out.
known for his own quirks. Some fans even called him a terrorist on the race course. Golshi's own half-brother, the Triple Crown
Terrorist
winner,
on the
Orfaver,
race
was
course.
famously nicknamed the Tyrant for his fierce disposition. This is where Golshi inherited his explosive, unpredictable spirit.
Okay.
But that is only half of the story. On his mother's side, the influence was the complete opposite. His dam was a daughter of the Japan Racing Association Hall of Fame inductee Mijiro McQueen, one of the nation's most celebrated long-distance runners or stayers. From
Wait,
this
wait,
line,
wait, what?
Golshi got his signature gray
Hold up.
Hall of Fame inductee Mijiro McQueen, one of
So McQueen is what? His
years. From this line, Golshi got his signature gray coat that whitened with age.
I'm sorry, my brain is just
well of stamina
very,
and
very
consistency.
low.
The ability to just keep running. So you have this perfect genetic storm. From his father, the volatile spirit of a rebel. From his mother's side, the powerful, relentless engine of a marathon runner. His entire career can be seen as a manifestation of this.
Nah, dude, because like
within
low-key
him.
when I
Of course,
watched
born with an engine
McQueen
of
for
a
the
stayer,
first
but
time,
cursed with the
I
soul of a
believe
rebellious
it was like
sprinter. He was a living
first
paradox.
or
And
second
it was
season.
on the racetrack
Dude,
where
she
this
was
internal conflict
cooking,
would be
bro.
put on full display for the world to see. His career wasn't a simple list of wins and losses. It was a story written in a few distinct, unforgettable moments. The first came in 2012, and his first major Grade 1 race, the Satsuki Show. The conditions were awful. A track soaked with rain, turning the ground into heavy,
Yeah, dude, like
treacherous mud.
this kind of track could actually be super bad, because what I'm thinking of is like, what if the horses kind of like just slip due to the grass's like wetness or something like that, but I'm not really sure if that's ever happened before. But yeah, like so many of them can get injured like that, which is just, I feel like they should avoid racing in this kind of condition, just to so that the horses are safer.
Most of the race, Gorshi did what he always did. He lingered at the very back of the pack, seemingly uninterested, right? But as the field swept
Nah, bro was
wide
checking
into
out the
final
other
turn,
horses.
trying to find a better footing on the outside, Gorshi did the opposite. He dove towards the inside rail, a path so rough and chewed up that every other jockey was actively
Yo,
avoiding it. With what
this
can
is
only
why
be
he's just
described
different,
as
bro.
breathtaking power and balance. He warped through this treacherous path, gaining an immense advantage.
Damn,
From
for
there,
real?
He unleashed a devastating charge down the straight, blowing past the
Yo,
entire
look
field
at how
to win.
far
This
the
wasn't
others
just a
are.
victory, it was a statement. It was the debut of his heart-stopping
Damn,
chaser style,
nah.
and a clear
Gold
sign
Chip
that
was
he operated
actually
by a
going
completely
crazy back in
different set of
2012.
rules.
That's
Jumping
crazy.
forward to his sixth and final Grade 1 victory in 2015. The Tenno Show was perhaps the race that best captured his grit. This was a grueling 3,200-meter marathon, a race he had
Damn,
tried
bro,
and
that's
failed
kinda
to
crazy.
win twice before. He was also recovering
2,200?
from a hoof injury, so expectations were mixed. He started poorly, as was his custom, am I right? Trailing far behind. But on the backstretch, he began a massive, relentless run, moving up through the field, and in the final desperate strides,
Damn.
he caught the leader to win by a mere neck. It was a victory
that was
of
actually close. Also, I'm sorry for pausing so many times, but like, yeah, I gotta see this, dude. I don't really watch a lot of real life horse racing, so like for me to see this is like,
strides. He caught the
like,
leader
dude,
to
that
win
shit
by a
was
mere
so
neck.
close.
It was a victory of pure perseverance. And his jockey's comments after the race were incredibly telling. He said, "I was thinking of going front if he started well," which obviously wasn't the case. From there on, I just concentrated on following the pace and careful not to turn him off. That last
Nah, cause like, in a way, it's not the jockey like steering Gold Ship. It's the other way around. Yeah, I feel like that
part
works.
is the key. The job wasn't just to ride him. The job was to actually manage his psychology, to keep him engaged. This win was a
There is
testament
no
to the delicate
managing
mental battle
Gold
required
Ship,
to
bro.
pilot him. These moments showed that when Golshi was in the mood, he was a nearly invincible force of nature. But the entire sport, and everyone who bet on it, would soon learn in the most spectacular way possible what happened when he was not.
What the fuck is that? Hold up.
Not.
The 12 billion. Oh, damn. Nah, cause like the picture kind of throw me off, but
Hakinan, Golshi entered the race as the overwhelming favorite. He was on the verge of making history, attempting
Wait,
to
was
become the
this that
first horse
incident?
to ever win this prestigious all-star race 3 times in a row. The betting public had wagered an astronomical sum on him. The starting gate sprang open, and the rest of the field
Bruh.
thundered away. Goldship went into what was described as an inexplicable fit. He reared up high on his hind legs, holding the
Yo,
pose of
and he was just chilling there for a good second or two,
perfect
dude.
statue of defiance. As the race disappeared into the distance, by the
Mhm.
time he finally decided to run, he was hopelessly behind.
Oh, that's
In
just
that
funny.
single moment of defiance, an estimated 12 billion yen in winning tickets was instantly turned into worthless paper. Depending
Nah, bro, because like 12 billion yen? I don't know if like people could comprehend like how much that actually is in USD or Canadian dollar, but that shit is up there, dude. And all that going into into that
on
one
the
race
exchange
that
rate
just
at the time,
fumbled
that is anywhere from about
is
82
very, very
million
funny.
to 135 million USD. Gone. Vaporized by a horse who simply decided he didn't feel like it. And this is the event that truly defines
And
his
this is why
legacy
he
as
is
the Chaos
legendary.
Agent. The entire sport of horse racing, and especially the massive betting industry built around it, is founded on principles of statistical analysis, performance prediction, and quantifiable data. It is a
Those
system
you
designed
cannot
to make the
quantify
unpredictable
Goldship.
predictable. Golshi was a living, breathing refutation of that entire system. One writer at the time described him perfectly, calling him a divine punishment inflicted on humanity for daring to gamble on the enterprise of horse racing. He was
Wait. Let me read this. Divine punishment inflicted on humanity for daring to gamble on the enterprise of horse racing.
inflicted on humanity for daring to gamble
Nah, dude, divine punishment is actually insane.
on the enterprise of horse racing. He was a force of nature that reminded everyone in the most financially catastrophic way possible that some things simply cannot be quantified. It was moments like these of spectacular talent and even more spectacular self-sabotage that cemented his legend. He was actually a character
I mean,
so perfectly
bro,
formed. It was almost inevitable
he
that
is
someone would decide to
very,
make his
very
story
much
global.
rememberable
This is where the Golshi
because of what
legend
he
was
did.
supercharged for a new era. In the world of UMA MUSUME Pretty Derby, and the genius of his adaptation to the horse girl is how it was a meticulous and clever translation.
Bro,
It
this
starts
is
with
the
her
game,
visual
bro.
design,
This
which
is actually
essentially a
so
canvas
freaking
of
good.
hidden references. It is designed to be a rewarding experience for anyone who knows the real story. For instance, her race outfit, the red dress, and the white and red sweatbands is a direct copy of the jockey silks his
Oh,
riders
wait,
wore.
for real? Okay, that I actually did not
At the
notice.
dress, and you will see 6 gold buttons
Damn.
running down the front. Each
And that's
one
how much she
represents
won,
one of his
or
6
he won.
grade 1 victories. And then there are the
Damn,
visual
yo,
buttons.
the
A
level
large
of
golden
detail is
anchor-shaped ornament
insane.
hangs from her thigh, a playful nod to her name, Goldship. But the most brilliant part of his adaptation isn't the visual, it is the narrative. It lies in her most prominent relationship, her friendship with the elegant and proper Mejiro McQueen. Now, to understand why this is so clever, you have to know the reality. Mejiro McQueen was Goldship's maternal grandfather. They existed in different eras,
grandfather.
and of
I
course,
said
never
earlier
met.
grandmother.
But in
Okay.
the world of UMA MUSUME, where champions from across history can interact, they are reimagined as contemporaries, teammates, and the closest of friends. Their dynamic is a classic pairing. Goldship is the chaotic prankster, and McQueen is the easily flustered, prim and proper target of those pranks. This friendship is a living metaphor for Goldship's own pedigree. Think back to the source code, right? Mejiro McQueen, the elegant, consistent, long-distance champion, represents the disciplined stayer half of Goldship's bloodline, and Goldship's constant chaotic teasing of her
Goldship is just
personification
the
of
comedic
rebellious,
freaking
fiery
master.
spirit he inherited from his father, Asmongold. Their entire friendship is a visualization of his internal genetic conflict. It transforms the dry data of a pedigree chart into a compelling and often hilarious
This is the kind of
story.
thing I don't really notice. Like it when I first saw like the first season or the second, whichever one this one was, like, dude, I was mainly focused on like the main characters. I wasn't as focused on the side characters, which I do start to notice now on other animes I'm checking out. But like, dude, the amount of details that they put into this is so freaking much. Which is why, like, all for all of the my viewers who haven't seen this anime yet, please go check it out. It's like it's super like worth it. it is worth your time. But yeah, if you are gonna check it out, I would suggest going with season 1, 2, and 3 first. And then after that, there's a movie and an OVA and Cinderella Grey. Yeah. And yeah.
This intelligent adaptation, translating both his story and his very genetics into a compelling character, is what allowed the legend of Goldship to find a new, even larger audience. And that audience would, in turn, take his story and make it their own, creating a phenomenon that transcended the game itself. His legend now lives and breathes on the internet. His most famous meme,
bro.
the UMA MUSUME character's flying dropkick delivered to her trainer after a victory is
What
a direct
the
loving
fuck is
reference
that?
to the real horse's well-known habit of kicking out at his handlers. But these memes serve a crucial purpose. They are a cultural funnel. A potential new fan might see a funny clip of an anime girl drop-kicking someone. Intrigued, right? They find out it's from UMA MUSUME. A quick search then reveals
Which honestly,
that,
that
the
is a
based
very
on
smart
real one. And the
marketing
is a reference to a real
thingy.
behavior. This might lead
I forgot
them to
what the
watch
word
an
is.
actual race footage on YouTube, and suddenly they find themselves deeply engaged with the history of Japanese horse racing. The memes aren't
That's
the endpoint,
exactly
they are
at
the
that point
entry
where I
point,
am
a
now.
hilarious and accessible
Because
bridge
dude,
from
like
pop
since
culture to a
finding out
classic
there's so
sport.
much
But the
lore
most
into this
fascinating
anime,
part of Goldship's story,
there's
the
so
final and
much
greatest
more that I haven't
paradox,
found
came
out.
after he left the track. At the big red farm in Hokkaido, the lunatic from the racetrack became a
The
model
lunatic.
professional, a gentle, remarkably successful breeding stallion. He would go on to father a grade 1 winner, and in
For
a
real?
moment of perfect of his sons would win the very race his father had so famously thrown
Who would
years
that be?
earlier. This dramatic shift in behavior suggests his chaos was not an inherent, universal trait, but a context-dependent response. The high-pressure, restrictive world of professional racing, with its demanding training and confining starting gates, may have been the primary trigger for his
If
defiant
y'all know
behavior. In
who the
contrast,
son or
more
daughter
natural
was,
environment of the breeding
can y'all let
farm
me know?
allowed
The
a
one that
different,
won the
more
G1 race?
cooperative side of his personality to emerge. This makes you reconsider the entire story. He wasn't just a chaotic horse. Perhaps
Nope.
he was protesting. This final layer of complexity is what solidifies his place, not just as a champion, but as one of the most fascinating characters sport has ever produced. And in the
Definitely,
end,
bro.
that is the key to his
Definitely.
enduring appeal. The perfect chaotic harmony between his two identities, the real horse and
Ew.
the fictional character. He was a character
dude, the
long
game
before
is
he was
actually
ever
so
officially
freaking good
written as
looking,
one.
dude.
The real world thoroughbreds, rare combination of elite, world-class
fuck?
talent, and a maddeningly defiant personality created
Cuteness.
a natural, compelling narrative full of triumph, failure, comedy, and drama. The UMA MUSUME adaptation succeeded so brilliantly because it didn't need to invent a personality. It only needed
Nah,
to
dude, you
faithfully and
did. They
cleverly
did not.
translate the complex one that already existed. The creators understood that Goldship's essence was his contradiction. They embraced his flaws as much as his victories, turning
Nah,
his
dude,
gay
the flaws
antics,
weren't
his mood
flaws. They
swings,
were
and his infamous kicking into defining and beloved
special.
character traits. The result is a singular phenomenon where each half of his identity enriches the other in a self-perpetuating cycle of discovery. A fan of the game is led to the history of the real horse. A fan of the horse
the heck?
finds new joy in his fictional portrayal. The real horse provides the substance, the historical weight, and the unimpeachable record of achievement. The anime girl provides the accessibility, the humor, and the modern culture currency of memes and fan communities. Now he is not just a horse or a character, a champion or a meme. He is Goldship, the
He is
unsinkable ship
Goldship.
of chaos, a unique and unforgettable icon at the nexus of sports, story, and digital culture, and a perfect case study of how a legendary personality can be immortalized and amplified for a new generation.
Nah,
Goldship's
bro,
story shows how much a
to
real
amplify
personality can shape a
to
fictional
amplify
character. But are
Goldship's
there other
freaking
real-world
personality is
figures,
crazy.
athletes, or even see you in the next one. Cheers.
Yeah. Which, by the way, big shout out to Glaivekiyo for this amazing video. You all should go check it out. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this episode or this video, comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next one.